Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. Today I want to take a look at some Omen gameplay of my own in a Radiant lobby. So this is pretty much the highest ranked lobby I could play in, and what's so funny is that I was only a Diamond 3 when this happened. Now this is from October 27th, so this was the patch day. Sky was released, so you will see Sky in this game, and I want to do a little VOD review here and maybe point out some things I did right and some things I did wrong against such good players. And yeah, we'll see what we can learn from this. But hey, if you guys do enjoy these videos, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and tap that bell. I also want to say that I'm live pretty much every single day on Twitch starting at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'd love to see you guys there. Without any further ado, let's start the video. Alright guys, so jumping into the gameplay here, as you can see, we are playing attack side, and look at that, Sky. Wonderful, how we miss her so. Now, what's really interesting about this game is sort of how I start this game off and then where I end the game. A lot of us struggle with consistency, and I struggle just like everybody else with consistency as well. And I think that's something you see here, where a lot of times you'll start really bad and then you'll end up doing very well towards the end of the game, or you'll start very poorly and end up doing super good by end or the other way around, excuse me. You'll start the game off very, very good, and then by the end you're like, what happened, you know? And I think that is something that happens to a lot of people, so it's good to normalize that and for people to understand that it is tough to be consistent. And that's also something I think you'll see during this gameplay here as well. But as we saw there, I did see the Reyna, so I wanted to flash her. Now, I knew this fight was going to be tough. I was on 49 health, but thankfully, as you saw there, I kind of just held that angle, and it allows me to take the sort of that double tap there and to hit that headshot as she comes around, just because I held the angle. If I would have swung that, I'm pretty sure she actually kills me. Alright, so the second round starts off here, and my team really like to push B on this map. I'm pretty sure these guys are a 4-stack as well, just so you guys know, so you can see there's some coordination going on that maybe I wasn't privy to, if you will. Now, what I'm looking for here is to get blinded by my own Sky, which is pretty awesome. Now, this teleporter here is like the bane of my existence. I don't know about you guys, but I'm constantly getting caught looking at fakes and stuff, but nonetheless, I am going to plant here. You're going to notice this plant. This plant is visible to hookah, octagon, and long there, so it's a good spot to plant, but thankfully, we've already won that round. All right, round 3 picking up here. Now, once again, pressuring towards hookah. Looks like I'm going to get blinded there by the Sky. We take out their Rays, giving us a 5v4, and I noticed that we only have one guy over here towards long, so I kind of want to come over here with him. Unfortunately, though, I am going to get blinded myself. Now I grab this Vandal here. Now remember, if there's an upgrade available, guys, you got to make sure you're getting it. There is no point walking past a good gun, especially when you have like an SMG or something. Always worth trying to take them. Now, right here, what you're seeing is I'm a little late on these smokes. I wasn't exactly sure of the timing. My team wasn't really talking to me here at this point, so I was a little late on those smokes. Those smokes actually should have came in earlier so that it could have been more use to my team. What I do here is I reposition on top of this little hut. This is something I've been doing a lot more in my games recently. Getting the high ground here is really nice. The only problem is that you can be seen from CT. And then unfortunately, I whiffed that spray. The reason I missed that is because I didn't realize that that corner was so deep. So when I checked it, I kind of had to do a double take. Like, oh crap, there was someone in that corner. So then they just got the easy kill on me there, and I kind of whiffed. Definitely something that I need to remember for the future is I really have to clear that deep corner. Alright, so moving to round 4, we have 1 kill, 1 death. Nothing crazy, kind of a slow start. We're on the 4th round. As you see there, I kind of follow in the Trailblazer. Give myself a little bit of space. Then, I go for a blind through hookah. I TP across, but it looks like the enemy does see me. Now, right here, I put on some fancy footwork, and I get the kill on the Cypher. That could have gone very poorly, but I took the chance there with just the full auto sort of strafe and was able to make a nice little play there. I pushed forward to get aggressive, end up finding both the Rays and the Sky. Now, the reason I do this push all the time is because you can catch people off guard who are heading into heaven like nonstop, because a lot of people don't expect that push, especially if you play from the left side of that little purple hallway there. If you play on the left side of that, you always catch people off guard, and I was able to get 2 there with some nice shots. All right, round 5 starting. Nice little 3K for us in the previous round, but I believe this is a gun round here, so this one a little more important. Now, as you see, I am smoking early this time. This way we can actually get some usage from my smokes. kind of pushing in. I do see a player moving across, but now we get smoked off. Player comes on our flank. Our Sky kills them. We are now in a 4v4. Getting naded out here. Now, it's so tough to take hookah when there are arrays. When there is arrays, excuse me, playing on B site. The reason for that, she has nades, her ultimate, her boombot, makes it very disruptive when you're in there, because if you're in that back corner like you just saw, you get naded, you're gonna take damage, you know what I mean? So definitely is tough. Right there I go for a little TP play, trying to get some info for my team as we're going for the plant. If you can get over there, you could quickly check and say, okay, who is on back site, so we know where they are. If no one's there, you know you're pretty safe for the plant. That's exactly what we do. Now, with the bomb being down, I'm kind of chilling here on site. I'm inside my smoke. It will disappear though. And now as I back up, I just have to be careful of heaven. As you can see, you are completely visible. Got to remember that in your games, guys. You are visible to heaven when you run back. So always pay attention to the sight line there. Definitely don't want to get headshotted. And then right there, as we saw, player was on the flank. Just able to get a nice little headshot on him there, take him down, and puts us up 5-0. Now, round 6 is starting up here. Teammates going for a little bit of a spray down there on the sort of edge, or on the entrance to hookah. Just maybe catch somebody who's trying to push up on us there. I'm going to go for my smokes. As you guys know, I have been doing the CT smoke and the elbow smoke pretty much every round. I find that those are probably the best for what we're trying to do. I definitely get a little bit worried with the sight smokes. I just don't feel like they do very much, and you get caught a lot. Right here, I am going to go down to a brimstone ult. Essentially, if I wanted to live through that, I would have had to run out the front, and if I ran out the front, I was dead anyways, so I just ran out the back, ended up dying to the ult. Didn't give anybody ult points, which is nice, but we do lose our first round there, and unfortunately, I think a lot of that came from losing our players way early in the round to the Sheriff and to the Spectre. Now we are positioning ourselves over towards A here. We got one player showers, and he does take out the other Reyna, putting us up 1. I'm going to smoke on truck here. Now, a lot of people have been asking, why do I smoke truck? The reason, it covers heaven for our push into sight, and it also provides some cover towards triple as well, to our left side of triple, not to the right side, to our left, which is also very useful because that stops anyone on truck or peeking us from the left side of triple, all with one smoke. So it's a really nice smoke there. Right here, as you see, I reposition up high. People do not expect that play because it's such a bad spot to sit in. Then I'm able to get the nice little shot there onto the brimstone coming out of U-Haul. And we do win that round. Nice little round for me there. And as you saw, it all started with the smokes providing us a way into sight off of that opening pick from the Reyna. All right, so we're already up 6-1 here, which is looking pretty good for us. Now, unfortunately, I take a lot of damage with the player who peeks out of hookah there. I'm already down to 50 health. So when you get this low, you have to play a little bit differently, right? Because now I'm 2 shot to the body with pretty much any weapon. I've got to be smart here. And one thing I've started to realize about playing Omen is that even if you aren't involved in the fights, you still have your smokes, which can get you and your team a ton of value. So I have definitely been trying my best now to stay alive longer into these rounds so that my team has my smokes. Because remember, smokes are super important for taking sites. Like right now, imagine if I had just thrown my life away, I couldn't have smoked heaven off. Unfortunately, there was a Raze lurking on the flank. Now, it looks like she just got some nice timing there, coming with a push from shower, able to kill 3 of us and sort of end this round. All right, with the scoreline 6-2, excuse me, 8th round, we are going to go for a bulldog here, as you see, with only 100 credits remaining. I'm running a little bit low on money here, but I did opt for the full armor, just because I want to protect myself the best of my abilities. And, you know, the bulldog isn't terrible. I think people sometimes don't give it enough credit. The right-click bulldog is actually very deadly. Right here, I am trying to figure out where we're going. Once again, this is one of those games where I think my team was all in Discord, so I was kind of behind them. I was almost lagging, if you will, with them getting just more info than me. Now, I'm going for a super aggro play here. I'm thinking that I can cut off this sort of push from CT. Instead, the Cypher just swings me the second I get out of my ult, and it completely caught me off guard. I didn't think that they would play so aggro there. I thought I'd have a second or two to collect myself after that ult and get ready for that swing. In hindsight, I should have been more ready for that. And honestly, it just turned out being a really bad play by me there. That was a really bad TP. I was trying to go for a little flank to put pressure from multiple sides on the retake. Instead, I just get one tap and then he ults my body. All right, round 10 starts, and I don't have a weapon. Not sure what I was doing here. I only had 1,600 creds, so I didn't buy the Spectre. I guess I could have. So now I need to find a gun. My team needs to get a pick for me here. I am going to smoke, obviously. Want to get as much value as I can out of this life, even if I can't get a kill. We get smoked off, and I think we get naded as well or something. Have to be careful, like I said, playing hookah. Very common to get naded in here, mollied, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to put yourself into a corner too much. You got to be really smart about how you play around there because, like I've been saying, it's just one of those noob traps where you stick yourself in the corner after you took a little bit of damage, then someone nades you. You got to jump out. As you're jumping out, they just kill you, and it's like, oh, well, this kind of sucks. So, got to be very careful with how you take hookah here. Now, thankfully, we are able to get that kill. I do have one smoke left, or one smoke that regened, so I'm going to smoke off CT. The reason I smoke CT here is because it helps the push. It helps the push from a hookah. So, because so many of us were in hookah, I was like, okay, I'll just smoke CT. Now, we're in a 2v3. I have the Phantom. I get one. Now, I'm trying to get aggressive here. I'm trying to make a play, and I think I forced things a little bit too much there. I killed that first player, and I thought, okay, I'm feeling myself here. I can definitely get this shot on the guy who is elbow. But unfortunately, he kind of catches me, and he does some damage, and then I re-peek into him, and I never should have re-peeked there. Bad play by me, unfortunately. I should have played for a 2v2 instead of I was playing for a 1v1, and then it was just a bad idea. It's one of those things where you have to learn when to get aggressive and when not to. After I got shot, I should have fell back with my low health and just played off my teammate there. Definitely something I can improve upon moving forward. All right, round 11 starting off here with the Vandal. Looks like we are putting some pressure towards A with 2 players going towards shower, 3 up short here. I'm going to smoke. I'm not going to smoke, actually. So there's the cage, which is good. We run through the ult. And then I go down to the Cypher, who was ready. I don't know what that blind hit, but I guess it didn't hit him. I was trying to make that aggro play there off of the Wolf ult. I believe that was my Sky's ult right there. And unfortunately, I just wasn't able to do anything with it. Like, that blind is supposed to get that Cypher so he can't peek me there. But then their Brimstone ulted, and I think it kind of threw off the timing of what I was doing. And then the Cypher was just in the perfect position to just spray us down as we exited that cage. All right, the final round of the first half starting here, and we are going to smoke off both CT and elbow again. This time I'm coming in from long, from Octagon here, which is an angle that I think I should fight more of. I definitely am not the best hookah player, so I think that I really need to get better at actually coming from this position. It just feels like I can get more value when I come over here. Now, unfortunately, you guys know we were up, I believe, 6-1 at one point, and we are now 6-5 here. So looking just to kind of get that one more round, give us 7. I get a nice spray down there on the player CT, as you saw, once again, putting myself on top of that little hut. I'm going to play over here for this corner. Elbow, very common spot for a player to be in. I'm kind of jiggle peeking the corner, little pre-fire, and then I get the nice little flick onto the Reyna, who's trying to run back across the screen there to end that round. Ending the half 7-5. A pretty decent first half, if I say so myself. I'm pretty happy with how I played. And I think that, you know, a few things I need to improve upon there. Definitely things like my positioning, my smoke timing, and also just slowing down my aggression a little as well. There was a few times you saw me running through smokes, dying. You saw me peeking in a 2v2 when I didn't need to. Things like that are the little things that I definitely need to keep working on. All right, so second half starting here. We are up 7-5, so things are definitely looking pretty good for us. That's not a bad attacking half. 7-5, pretty much exactly what you would want. Unfortunately, though, we weren't able to sort of take advantage of our great 6-1 start there. But players are pushing up here. I have to be careful of shower, but I want to make an aggressive play. This is always dangerous whenever you're peeking short like this because you expose yourself to the shower player if they send someone in there. Thankfully, nobody was there to sort of disrupt my play that time, but definitely something you want to consider whenever you're going for that aggressive play when you're playing this position, the same one I am here. You always have to be careful, which is why it's such a good idea to smoke shower off, especially if you do not have a player specifically covering shower. Now, right there, as you saw, I was just able to get a nice shot over towards short onto, it looked like the Cypher there. That one-way smoke I'm going for is something I do a lot. It's just a nice way, first of all, to slow down the enemies. It's super dangerous to push that smoke because remember, they cannot see you, you can see them. So it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm going to throw this like the entire game and I'm going to dare these guys to run through it. And when they run through it, that's when you blast them. So that's definitely the way I look at that smoke, and it works out really well for me. All right, so moving on to the next round here. After winning the pistol, I do opt to buy the Spectre. Part of the reason for that is that this is such a high-ranked lobby that I figure, you know, these guys are going to be pretty good aimers. I want to put myself in the best position I can to get kills and to not throw rounds. Essentially, my goal here is to not throw rounds. I want to make sure we're winning the rounds we should win, which against an eco, you definitely should be winning those. So that's exactly what my plan was here. And as you can see, my team doing a nice job clearing up the other site. I have no problem in these situations, just kind of sitting over here. I end up almost, I think, blinding myself somehow, which is not the smartest play I've ever made. But I don't have a problem anchoring sites. I'm not one of those guys who chases kills very often. And I think that might not be the best thing, especially when you're trying to grind through Diamond, since match MVPs are important to some degree. And as you guys know, I don't tend to get too many of those in my games. I think part of that is that I don't really chase kills as much as other people. I'm kind of fine with just anchoring sites. Okay, round 15 starts here. Going for my smoke once again over towards short. As you guys can see, you can play from this position here. You can play from the left of triple as well. This smoke is something I think that pretty much every single person with a smoke should know how to do. Very, very, very useful. Now, this time I am going to smoke off shower. Part of that is because I'm going to go for this rotate. I don't want to get shot in the back here. And what you'll find a lot is there are a lot of lurkers, and lurkers love to go into shower and come through late in rounds when their team is pushing onto the opposite site. Just have to be careful with that kind of stuff because you will get caught out a lot. Now, I am going to go into the teleporter here, trying to make my way over to B. Now, clearing out hookah is one of the scariest things to do when the enemy has B control. Unfortunately for us, though, or fortunately, I should say, nobody is in there. Going to grab a gun as well. And it looks like they made a little bit of a fake there and have gone back over towards A. Now, we are in a 2v2, Sky and myself against Sky and Cypher. We just have to play this together. Remember, last 2v2, what did I do? I just pushed alone. This time, playing a little slower, waiting for my teammate to get into heaven, and I have smokes remaining. So I'm going to smoke off shower here. Always have to clear this left corner, as you see me doing. Got to be careful about, I say it's a corner, not really a corner. That left side, the left drop area. Don't ever want to get stuck there. Now, my teammate does die. I am in a tough spot here, trying to make a play through the smoke. Unfortunately, though, their Sky was ready for it. Not sure if she heard me or she was just aiming there instead of maybe a U-Haul or something, but unfortunately, there just couldn't make the play, and I wasn't able to do anything off of my own Sky dying there, which is always a problem. You always want to try to be able to trade out of death, especially in those clutch 2v2 situations. All right, so round, what is this, 17? Round 17 here, starting off. Now, once again, go for the smoke. I missed, and please don't make fun of me for that, but sometimes you miss that smoke. I don't know why. I have an arrow. I swear it's on top of the box when I throw it. I'm not sure how it misses. It's very frustrating, though, but we are playing site again. As you see, guys, I am essentially anchoring the site. I'm the only person here. I am the last to rotate. Now, like I've been saying, I think this seriously does affect my ability to get those match MVPs, because as the only player on this site, I'm sort of stuck. And I'm like, okay, I either am just going to sit here or I'm going to run over, leave site open. Remember, I'm not a sentinel. I can't like put my utility down or anything. And then they take the site and I look like an idiot. Now, here is a play I want back. I heard the push coming from short, and I thought I could make a big play off of that, surprise them. Unfortunately, though, as I turned the corner, the Reyna probably was the one I was going to be able to kill, but the Raze was actually ready for that push, and she just ends up one-tapping me. Super frustrated there with how I played that. A lot of things I could have done differently, including holding passive, but I went for that aggressive play, ended up dying, and just was not a good round for me there. I want that one back for sure. All right, so it is currently 9-7, enemy team starting to pressure a little bit here. I am going to push up into showers with the Sheriff. Now, if you guys do not know, I have been trying to get better with the Sheriff. It is a gun that I think can provide a lot of value and also has a lot of clutch potential, but it's not something I've ever been very good with. Same thing in Counter-Strike. I just was not very good with the Deagle either. So this is something I'm trying to get better with. So I have been buying it a bit more in ranked in hopes that I will force myself to get better at it. But nonetheless, we are on a retake here. Bomb down. I flash through. I smoke. I try to make the aggro play, but I think a player was either in cubby or heaven or hookah there, and unfortunately that just is never going to work. I thought my blind would be enough to give me some time, but I think I was actually a little bit too slow there to make that play work, and the scoreline is now 9-8. Now, with the scoreline getting very, very close, I'm actually taking a different position here. I love playing on top of truck. Generally, you can get that first kill almost for free if a player runs up short here. After that, though, this position comes a little bit harder to play because with the enemy team knowing you're there, they can spam this wall. They can hold for you to repeat. You just have to be really careful here after you show yourself, essentially. And since I haven't played up there yet, I felt pretty comfortable. With playing up there this round. Now, remember, one of those things I always tell you guys is to try to be unpredictable. If you're playing the same spot every round and it's kind of one of these gimmicky spots, you want to be really careful because the enemy team eventually is just going to be like onto you. And unfortunately here we get killed with a triple spray. Now, none of my teammates hit him because I did 130, which kind of sucks. Now, I was not ready for that at all. I thought for some reason we were a little more safe there. And what ended up happening was that Cypher was able to catch us off guard. I had the Phantom. I tried to spray him down, couldn't hit any headshots. And because of that, I just didn't have the pen there to be able to kill him the way I was hoping. And he hits a nice little headshot on me as well and does kill me. Thankfully, though, our Reyna was able to come in clutch here. But like I've been saying, I think I just have to be a little bit more careful sometimes with coming onto these sites. I assume things are clear and they're just not always clear. So now that we picked up our 10th round here, gave ourselves a little bit of a cushion, and we kind of have to try to run away with this one. And as you can see, I am again playing on truck. Remember what I just said. They do not know that I play up here quite yet. So I should be able to get that one kill here. And then I maybe want to think about playing a different spot next round. Now I do jump off here because I get worried a lot about the shower push. You're just so visible on truck, and you can play against that corner, which is more safe. But because of sort of the elevation, you're just out in the open, and it's so easy to get killed from the shower push, especially if you're not smoking it. Now, we are going for a little retake here. Looks like they are playing on a site. Teammates able to get a bunch of kills. I do smoke and flash out. I'm going to run through the cage there. And I don't understand what this Brim does to me, but I hate it. He jumps out and just one-taps me. I don't know how he did that, but anyways, good round there for us. I flashed through for the team there. Now, I don't think I hit anybody, but I think the smoke did end up blocking somebody off. Obviously, the brimstone there, which is good, right? You know, you may not get any kills, but your utility might do the job and help your team win the rounds without anyone even acknowledging it. And remember, that is the value of playing a support agent like an Omen. All right, again, scoreline 11-8, and I am playing up here on top of truck. Somehow this smoke misses. Then I find the kill onto the Raze, re-peek, get the kill onto the player over in the cubby as well before falling off, taking a bunch of damage, but I am alive. This is exactly what I was just telling you. Don't do that, though. That was a bad play. I wanted to get aggressive there. I thought maybe I could catch somebody. Maybe somebody would be blind. I'm not sure why I did that. Please don't do that. But as you guys saw there, that Raze, zero idea I was up on truck, right? Zero idea. What did I get? I killed the Raze. Not only did I kill the Raze, I killed the ulting Raze as well. Like I've been telling you guys, the element of surprise is actually huge. When the enemy team does not know where you play, you can make plays like that. And look at this, we do win this round with a nice play here by the Reyna on site. And just like that, we are on to match point. All right, 13-8. Let's put this game away. I'm going to smoke over there once again, going for the one-way for us. As you can see, my Raze also playing over here towards this angle as well, which means she gets value from this one way as well. Now, one thing I want to say about this is that if a player is playing U-Haul, they don't really get the same value from this one way that that playing in this position does, which is why you see me when I'm throwing this one way all the time. I'm always playing over here instead of U-Haul, which you guys know I love myself U-Haul. But looks like some aggression going down over there towards Hookah. Trades going out 1-for-1. Our Raze does get the kill onto the Reyna, giving us a 4v3, and then from there forward, it is just a slaughter. And just like that, we win the game 13-8 in a Radiant lobby. Not bad for the little Diamond 3, not bad at all. Now, a few things I want to say about this game. First and foremost, when you are playing higher rated players, it is good to go into these games with as much confidence as possible. You guys got to believe in yourself. You got to play your game. Do not play scared, because when you play scared, that is when you make mistakes. Now, when I went to this game, I saw this as an opportunity to play some very good players and to, you know, try my luck out, see how good I could be. And that's exactly what I did. And I think one of the worst things you can do when you go against better players is play afraid and change the way you play because you don't think you're good enough. And that's something I try to tell people not to do. You don't want to change things up unless it's been proven in the game that it's not going to work. So maybe you go for an aggressive push every round. It doesn't work. Okay, then change it up. But until they've proven that, why are you changing the way you're playing? You know, your playstyle is unique to you and it works for you. Don't give up on yourself there at all. And you guys are going to see a lot more improvement. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this little VOD review. It was a super fun game to play in. Also fun to play with Sky. Can't wait till she comes back. Hope you guys learned something new. Remember, I am streaming pretty much every day at 12 p.m. Eastern. Love to see you guys over there on the Twitch. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Take it easy and peace.